amazing artists. It's so good to see you again. Welcome back. Today we're in my backyard instead of in the kitchen since it's such a gorgeous day. And welcome May. Can't believe it's already May. It's almost the end of the school year. Crazy. Today we're going to talk about a collograph. Okay, and I'll put that word down below so you know what we're working with. But we're going to be making a collograph out of just some cardboard. So you should have cardboard around your house. This is actually called chipboard. It's just kind of a thinner cardboard material. I took a cereal box and started to cut it up. We're going to be basically printmaking and making a crayon rubbing and some different things with our cardboard. So I wanted to go through the supplies and show you everything that you'll need. First, find something. I had a cereal box that we were done with, so I pulled this. You could use a macaroni and cheese box, any kind of little box. Thicker cardboard works as well. It's just harder to cut. Okay, that was a siren. Okay, so you want some cardboard. You need some markers. You're gonna need some foil and some glue. If you don't have glue or a glue stick, you probably could use tape for this as well. Just be creative. And you're gonna need some crayons, but you're gonna need some naked crayons. So I'm gonna show you the trick. When you've got older crayons and you wanna get rid of the wrappers, all you do is you just soak them in water, okay? And then once you've soaked them for a little while, you can just pull the wrapping off really easily. Okay, it shouldn't be very hard to take off. These need to soak a little bit longer, but I'll get my naked crayons to do my rubbing as well, okay? Sydney has done a few of these already for us as examples. So here's a little collograph. She made it out of a Capri Sun box. And so this is a little figure. She also made a robot figure as well. And this is what we're gonna be doing when we do our marker print with foil, but underneath you can see she has a Ritz cracker image, and then here's her collograph underneath. I don't want to mess this up too much. Okay, this was her marker print that she did as well. So I just cut the front of my cereal box off right here, and I have the rest of it. You need a background for your collograph so you can attach the cardboard pieces to this. And so I'm just going to start with this little piece right here, and then we're going to add I'm gonna cut out some stuff. I'm gonna do kind of like a landscape sunset idea for my collograph. And so I'm gonna first sketch out everything on here and then cut it out. And I'll come back in just a minute and show you what it looks like to kind of put it on and everything, okay? Awesome, so grab your supplies back. I hope you guys got all your supplies and everything you need. I went ahead and started cutting. You can see I made a big mess, but I just started cutting a sunset. So I made a sun, and I made some waves. I made a winky face. Let me show you what this looks like. Okay. So here is my collograph. The thing with the collograph is you want this raised parts, because when we're doing the printing or the crayon rubbing, you want it to be raised so it can pick up on those areas. I gave it a few minutes to dry just because I use bottled glue. Bottled glue does take a while to dry. So you may want to just hold off, but the next part is your crayon rubbing. So you're going to need a piece of paper. You're just going to lay that on top, and I'm going to show you what this process looks like. Pretty easy. You're just going to be doing your crayon rubbing, okay? Okay, Sydney's going to help us here doing the crayon rubbing. We've got our naked crayons. We took the wrappers off of them, okay? And she's going to explain what she's doing.
So what you want to do is you're not going to like color it like that. You're gonna like pretend it's sleeping, and so you're gonna lay it on its side.
It's really important that you put one hand down to kind of support the paper, and you might just want to go all the way around. Doing your crayon rubbing, you can stick with one color. You can change colors. You can see it's starting to pick up my pattern of the waves and the water. Okay, you just kind of have to push really hard, so it may take some time. It's looking good. Okay, I'm gonna pause and we'll come back. Show you as our collograph crayon rubbing is coming to life. You really just kind of have to push really hard, and you can start to see my sun and everything coming out on it. And you can change different colors as well. We even picked up some of the texture of the table, which is kind of cool, which we could use later on. Now, once you've finished your crayon rubbing, okay, let me show you the crayon rubbing. So once you finish that, okay, that could be it. You could stop there, or you could really take markers and crayons and kind of go over the design. So I will show you what that looks like in a little bit, okay? You saw from that picture, I just took markers and started adding some designs and details as well. So this is another great idea. If you want to make a Mother's Day card for your mom or something coming up, this would be a great idea to do the Collograph background and then add some words and stuff on it as well, okay? Now, the next step is to do a marker print, okay? And what we do is you cover your Collograph with foil like this, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then we're gonna put paper on top of it after we've colored this entire thing with marker. So I'm gonna take a piece of aluminum foil, okay? And I'm going to cover, I can do this, kind of like I'm wrapping a present. When you do this, you also kind of want to rub. So first I'm going to take this around the sides. Really just try to make sure it's fitting on there tightly. You want to wrap it the best you can and the tightest you can. Your foil is probably going to rip a little bit, maybe on the corners or something. Not a big deal. So I'm just wrapping it like a present. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand and just kind of rub the cardboard underneath so that you can see, so that it's starting to show. Obviously you can't see it from where you are. But what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna just color this with markers. So, you see that? You'll want to massage the foil and the pieces of cardboard a little bit. Here's a close-up view, but just go around and massage so you can really see your pattern underneath. Just massage it, pressing down really hard, okay? Okay, so what we've done is colored the Collograph, okay, as you can see. I just realized we forgot to do the eyes. Yeah, so you really want to get as much marker on here as possible, and sometimes the marker doesn't want to really stick, and so you might want to go over it once or twice, as you maybe have seen in that time-lapse video. So sometimes also it might cut a hole in the foil, not a problem. Okay, so now we're ready to make our marker print. So what we're gonna do is we're going to lay the paper on top of the Collograph and the foil, and then we're going to take a paper towel. You can use a sponge if you have a sponge that's clean. I'm just going to dip this in the crayon water, and you're just going to rub your wet paper towel so that it's picking up the marker from underneath. And this needs to be pretty saturated, okay? Don't be skimpy on the water. I'm also using a thicker paper just because I think it'll hold up a little bit better to the water. Really try to hold your Collograph in place. Now, if you're a perfectionist and you're looking for a really crisp print, this is not the project for that. Your lines are gonna spread. It's gonna look kind of abstract a little bit, and that's okay. It's gonna look really, really cool, but it's not gonna be perfect. If you also do this and don't get a print the first time, maybe you didn't have enough water, the great thing about your foil is that you can redo it. So I can already see that some of my colors are kind of blending. It looks really cool, like some watercolor. Some colors work better than others. You can see like this yellow is not picking up as much. And I did that eye there, but it might spread and he might look kind of funky. Are you guys ready to see this? Okay, so we're gonna peel it off as carefully as possible. And here, whew, it is wet. Here is my marker print. So you can see that. Okay, here is my Collograph, and you can see, it looks a little weird because I have it on the foil. But once this dries, this is gonna look really, really cool. I'm gonna take markers afterwards and probably go over the lines as well just like I did on this one. Kind of like a mixed media project where I'm adding some different stuff. So there's your Collograph. I hope you guys have so much fun with this. It's a lot of fun and you can make so many different